Right.
97 on the box.
Good morning, H-Town.
Keisha J. Mac Jess live from your local Houston BMW Center Studios.
All right, it is Monday, man. All right, we're going to teach you how to get to the bag. We got a special guest in the building right now, Lamar Tyler. Oh. the worst host for you, huh? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
The founder of Tyler New Media, you and your wife. I want to get into, because I always think it's interesting when I see a power couple, you know, a husband and a wife, because we live in a society and we live in America where we don't see that often. How did you meet your wife, and how did you guys start a business together?
We met through a mutual friend, and we started a business together because when I was working my 9 to 5, I was pitching them ideas, and they kept turning them down. And they didn't get the vision of them. So at a certain point, I said, I'm going to stop giving them my $1 million ideas and create my own $1 million business. And
so then how did your wife come into play?
She was like, yeah, you know, I'm cool as long as you keep your job. So I kept my so I kept my job, and we started building. But what I had to do is she had to see the fruits of that labor. She had to see the thing be successful. So too many times couples say, well, my spouse, my partner, whatever, they're not supporting me. The thing is, that same person you want to support you, the same person you've let down hundreds of times. And you've made and let go of hundreds of commitments. When you said you was going to start working out and you got the gym membership, but you ain't never go.
Right.
When you got the treadmill, now your treadmill's a hanger
She
for all your
know
clothes,
you.
right? So we can't expect to tell our spouse we're going to do 100 things and we don't 100 times, and then the 101 thing is your business, and all of a sudden you expect them to believe you. So it has to be the proof.
Yeah.
My quick question for you, why did you quit all your jobs? Because I heard that you only stayed at a job for about a year. And do you think everybody should go that route?
Not at all, right? So that was just me. That was my characteristic. And what I was is I still was gainfully employed.
Okay.
So I worked IT, I had a background, but I only did contract work. But in that environment at that time, I could always find a new contract.
Okay.
So, right, it's all about knowing like what your skill set is, what the actual environment, what the economy is doing at that time. Last couple of years, the economy been shifting back and forth like crazy. And even now, right, it's shifted a little bit towards employees more than employers for the moment, right? But you got to know like what you can do and how to navigate through those pieces.
Wow.
So you said it's shifting for the employees?
Yeah, right now, right? You know, everybody home working remote.
Okay.
Three and 4 jobs.
Okay.
You know,
this is true. There's people that got like 3 jobs working from home, right?
Exactly. But what people have to watch out for is know that with everything, with every cycle of economics, with every business, every industry, there's a lifespan. And it's a time when things go good, it's a time when things go bad.
Yeah.
So what you do is, you know, you may maximize that time. Even now, we're seeing a lot of companies are saying, hey, it's time to bring employees back in.
Yes.
Right? Because they're seeing
Elon Musk.
Exactly, right? Because they know everybody home working 3 and 4 jobs.
Yeah.
And you thinking to yourself, well, I can work 3 jobs and produce the same. Nah, not really, right? So a lot of those companies are not getting the same output that they were before and are calling employees back into the office for that reason.
Yeah. So you and your wife went from building wealth for yourself to building wealth for helping other people build wealth. Can you tell us about the TSP game plan?
Sure, right. So TSP stands for Traffic, Sales, and Profit. That is our community of 40,000 plus Black entrepreneurs that we help learn how to drive more traffic, convert more sales, and grow more profit in their businesses. And TSP Live actually is our next event coming up in June 22nd through 24th in Atlanta.
You got our boss, Kathy Hughes, on there.
Listen,
Don't nobody ever have Kathy Hughes. You got Issa Rae.
Listen, we got a cell phone video from Miss Kathy Hughes yesterday.
I saw it.
Listen, don't
It's
nobody.
real.
And
People don't get Kathy Hughes.
And she is major. She is major. But I'm originally from the DMV. I'm from the area. We say,
Okay.
You
From the
REA.
area.
I'm from the area.
Okay.
And Miss Kathy Hughes is an institution worldwide, but in the DC area, because that's where it all started. We got a special. So I cannot wait to sit and talk to her. We got Issa Rae coming in. We got Jermaine Dupri. And a ton of other marketers and experts is going to show those Black businesses how to succeed.
Nice.
What have you seen when it comes to Black businesses? One of the hurdles they have to overcome far more than other people or other races?
Probably access to funding, access to education, and then a lot of us are first generation.
Yes.
Success. I'm not even gonna say first generation business. I'm talking about
Absolutely.
You know, when you get to business and it's moving, when you start making money. A lot of us are more educated than generations before us, right? Which is a good thing. That's what our parents, our grandparents, they moved the needle so that we can get to the next level. The problem with that is that when you're the first and you're out there, you don't know what the next move is.
Right.
So when you need to get that first 100K loan so that you can open up a brick and mortar, or you need $1 million in funding so that you can make this big move as a government contractor, whatever it may be, you can't go to your aunt, to your uncle, to your friends and family
Right.
because they've never done
They've
it.
never done it.
So that's the importance of what we do at Traffic Sales and Profit is putting people together in proximity to success with other 6, 7, 8-figure entrepreneurs so that they can get the answers and in an open, free environment where people ain't trying to hold everything
The
back.
resources.
Exactly. It's a community. We always say we are the ones. Like the government ain't coming to save us. You know, Elon Musk ain't coming to save us.
Right,
No matter how many Teslas we buy, like we are the ones. We got to do it for ourselves.
Now, what are your 5 tips to help black businesses grow? Give us 5 tips.
Sure. I would say number one, you have to get focused on who you're serving, right? Who's your avatar, your perfect customer? Too many people say, well, Lamar, my perfect customer is between the ages of 20 and 80, is men. Oh, and if you're selling to everyone, you're not really selling to anyone.
Okay.
So we got to get very locked in on
This
who
is
is the
true.
specific person that we're serving to. And it don't mean other people won't buy, but it means like, hey, you know, whenever I'm making marketing materials, collateral, I'm making advertisements, whatever it is, I know exactly who I'm talking to, my perfect customer. Number 2 is that we got to get traffic. Traffic is, if you're a brick and mortar, it's leads, it's people walking into the business. Online is people getting to the website. Too many businesses have a great product or service, but they'll never make money because they'll never have enough people actually see it.
Okay.
And only a percentage of the people that see your product or service will ever buy, so it's always a numbers game.
Wow.
Then once we get traffic, then we got to actually convert that traffic. That means we got to be able to move them into the sale. So if I'm online, that could be optimizing my website, my sales page. So when people land there, I got headlines, I got compelling content. You better be using video in 2023.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen, right? I'm moving on social, whatever it is, to get people to the sale. And I'll give you one more tip. If you're selling B2B or you're a service-based business, you got to be able to close people. I talked to an entrepreneur the other day and said, well, Lamar, when I talk to people, I don't want to be salesy.
Right.
I said, what's the first part of that word? Sales. I said, sales is the Latin derivative of to make money, to get to the bag, right? So,
Right.
so we've even created this persona where it's bad to sell stuff to people. What I say
Right, because I have that.
Look, what I say is, if you're not selling, you're not serving.
Come on.
And I know that the product or service I have is going to change somebody's life, but they'll never get to experience that change if I can't actually sell it to them and make the transaction.
All right,
That's
Lamar
good.
TD Jakes.
And then,
TD
I thought we was in Dallas for a second. and then I say number 5 is
Okay.
that you got to know your numbers, right? You got to get locked in. And I know a lot of say, well, I wasn't good at math. I wasn't good at this
Right.
and that.
Me.
Well, somebody got to be good at it, right?
Okay.
Because one of the things that impacts entrepreneurs the most is cash flow. And not really being able to making a lot of money, but realizing also you spending a lot of money.
Right.
That could be on labor, that could be on people, that could be on advertising, that could be on inventory. We had a 6-figure T-shirt brand at one point, and I remember doing our first big sale for Black Friday.
T-shirts.
T-shirts, right? And we did the sale, and we made like $10K on this weekend. But what I didn't realize is that we had to buy about $8K in inventory
Right.
to fulfill that,
Right,
and then
to-
get more
exactly,
inventory back
and then
because
get
it
it
would have
back.
been sold all the way out, right? So a lot of people just don't look at the numbers, and you may feel like you're making money because you're looking at the top line, how much you're bringing in, but not looking at how much you're bringing out.
Great advice.
Yes.
Now, what advice would you give for somebody who has a great product, right? But they don't know which direction to go in. Like, what's the first thing you got to start off with?
Come TSP Live in June. But besides that, what I would say is, here's the shortcut to success. It really is education, right? It's getting around people. That's why we do conferences. It's coaching. For me and my wife, our first brand before we got Traffic Sales and Profit, we was around marriage and family. We ran the largest Black marriage and family site on the web, blackandmarriedwithkids.com. When we launched that, it took 7 years to gross our first $1 million. Not even $1 million per year, but just to gross, like from the day we started to the day we made.
2007 to 2014.
Correct. Yeah. And check this out. It took about 4 years too long. And the thing was, we were trying to reinvent the wheel. How do you get people to it? How do we make money? And everything was us sitting at home trying to figure out what to do when the answers are already there. And then when we started getting with people, started going to conferences, started getting with consultants, too many of us are trying to do it alone.
Yeah, I was going to talk about the importance of a team. Because you can have the best product ever, but
Right.
if you don't have a team behind you or a machine behind you, it's going to be difficult, right?
Hey, can I say something real quick? Now this might ruffle some feathers.
Come on.
But when people be online and they be talking about, well, I'm at my job and I ain't giving them people my time. I ain't doing this. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing these things. Well, what if you have employees one day?
Huh.
How would you want your employees to act? And the other thing I found, Keisha, is that A players are A players everywhere. A players are A players. You
It don't matter. It don't matter.
you can't be a C or a D player at work and then be like, well, I start my business, I'm gonna be an A all of a
Right.
sudden.
Yeah.
The people I meet that's the most successful business people have been successful in everything.
And everything they've done.
They've been diligent in everything.
Yeah.
They've been hard workers and they hustle in every. You can't like live your life one way and go over here and be like, all of a sudden I'm gonna
Yeah.
get to the bag and I'm gonna be great.
Man, I
Because I'm
like
doing it
Tyler.
on my own.
Because I'm doing, yeah.
I
And that's
like
when it's-
Tyler.
And that's when it's way
Lamar
harder.
Tyler.
That's when it's way harder when you do it on your own in
Right.
anything because the structure's
hardest
not
thing.
already there.
It's the hard. You cannot do it by yourself. I
Oh,
tell you this
man.
all the time.
So what we look at is for any business, once you get to a certain size, you got to start bringing on team. And if you look at it properly, too many of us look at it like, hey, I'm building this little thing and, you know, it's my little baby and I'm going to have it and I'm going to pass it down to my kids. Your kids don't want that business.
Right.
Especially nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Kids are real wild nowadays.
Yeah.
All of y'all got kids. Like, your kids
Yeah.
like my kids. Listen, we successful when the kids still don't want it. So we got to literally, like, from the beginning, set it up in mind. Now, y'all may not have the money to hire people right now, but how can I build it with that in mind that one day I'll have people in here? One day, you need people just to have strengths where you got weaknesses at.
Yeah.
You need people, right? If you're the CEO of a company, like your best time is not spent packaging up envelopes and shipping out
Right.
stuff and writing, addresses down on labels. You need to be out doing MGAs, money generating activities. Like that's your job as a CEO to go out and get the money. And then once you get the money, you can pay the people to actually move the engine of the thing.
I'm finna go to this conference, y'all. Okay, what was the most difficult part about putting your company together? What was the hardest thing for you?
The hardest thing for me was probably like trying to figure out how to actually monetize it. Because like I said, like we were trying to do it all on our own. And with us, unlike a lot of people, we had the traffic, we had the people, right? Like people say, what's your super, secret skill set or
Right.
thing you're great at? Thing I'm great at is building community. So when we had our marriage and family brand, we built a massive community. With Traffic Sales and Profit, got 40,000 plus black entrepreneurs from all over the country and a few international as well. That doesn't mean just because you got people that you can monetize and make money.
Right.
It's a whole lot of people with huge, like I'm an
Followings.
influencer, right?
Yeah,
You see how many
yeah,
people I got,
yeah.
but how much money do you make?
Yeah.
And one of my mentors a long time ago, we had, at the time, we had like 100,000 people on his Facebook page. And he walked up to me and said, Lamar, you must make at least $1 for every one of them people you got on your page. I was like shrunk down, walked down the hallway real quick, made it right? Because I wasn't. So literally trying to figure out how can you monetize and how can you get those people. Like those need to be the things you figure out. And most people, I'll say, even if they sell something, their offer isn't good enough. Or how they package the offer. You got to have an irresistible infomercial type offer, I tell people. You ever woke up 2 or 3 in the morning, TV on, and then, 15 minutes later, you like sitting up in the bed and you trying to, where my credit card at?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
the offer, it's like stuff
Yes,
you
you're
don't
like,
even need.
I can't even.
You don't even want
But
that
they talking about
stuff.
it's a sale right now or offer you can't beat.
Listen,
One
right?
time
Yeah.
only.
So we don't have to be all the way like that, but we
Yeah.
do need an irresistible offer that makes people take action now.
Yes.
Because what you're competing with is you'll compete for people's attention, but we think that we're competing with, hey, Keisha, just J Mac, because they got businesses now. What you're competing with is the radio. What you're
Right.
competing with is Hulu, with Netflix, with Facebook, with Instagram.
Okay.
All these things now that diversify people's attention. I got to get their attention back to me, my product, my service, and talk about how it overcomes a problem or issue they have and how it's going to help them in the future.
I saw there was something that we were just talking about too. And here in Houston, a study just came out and said to be considered rich in Houston, you have to be making $125,000. How ridiculous is that? Number one. But what is rich considered to you?
This is a great conversation because I'm going to take it one step further if I can.
Go ahead.
There's a difference between being rich and being wealthy.
Absolutely.
And most of us think the two are the same. And what I realized through growing a business is that I became real good at making money. But what I realized is that even though I had money, I did not have wealth. And what wealth is about once you got the money, how can you then,
Pass it.
right? But even before we
Sustain
pass
it.
it, we gotta grow it.
Grow
We
it.
gotta protect it.
Uh-huh.
Because once you got it, people will come forward and try to take it,
Right.
right? And then, like J-Mac said, we gotta pass it down. That's why a lot of times, right, if we don't have a wealth education, we see so many times athletes, business people,
Yeah.
people in our community, they have all the money, they blow up, and then boom, they blow out. And all the money's gone. We're like, how could they have lost all of that money that they had? Because they didn't have a real wealth strategy in place. So everything that I learned in business was not transferable to the things I had to learn in wealth. And after I spent 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 years learning about business, I said, man, I got to do the same amount of work to learn about wealth. But what I did is I knew the shortcut then. I got education. I go to conferences. I read books. I do all the things so that I don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's already people out here wealthy. And this is the best time ever to be alive because there's so much information at our fingertips.
how much money do you need to start a business? Like if somebody's listening to us right now and they be like, well, I only got $5,000 in my account right now. Can I start something with just that? Can you do that? Or how much do you need to start a business, do you think?
Yes. Now, it depends on what you're doing, right? But again, it's one of the greatest ages ever because we got the internet, right? For the first time ever, I talk about the gatekeepers are gone. The gatekeepers are gone means that due to the rise in social media and the lowering costs and technology at the same time, I mean, our camera phones, like what we do on our phones, right? 10, 15 years ago, a news station camera would be $20, $30, $40,000 do the
Right.
same thing. Y'all know this,
Right.
right?
Yes.
So we got access to people for the first time with no middleman in a lot of our industries. We can go direct to consumer. So what it's going to take is if you don't have money, you're going to have to put in time and effort. If I don't have money to advertise because I can do Facebook ads, TikTok, Instagram, whatever like that, then I'm going to have to organically get out there. Now, everybody's Instagram page is going to be like J-Max. So I'll be watching every day. I'll be learning about what's going on in Houston, what's going on in the world.
This is fast.
The good parts, the bad parts, everything, right?
Facts.
Like I'll be out there. So everybody, but if you're not gonna pay to get in the game and get in front of people, you're gonna have to do the organic things. You're gonna have to show up, you're gonna have to go live, you're gonna have to build community. What you can't do is say, I'm not gonna go organic and I'm not gonna pay to get in the game, right? So you definitely can with a small amount. But again, what I would do is who do I want to serve? What's the biggest issue or problem they have? And then let me create a product or service that overcomes that challenge or issue. One of my favorite sayings is your product or service a vitamin or a painkiller? Right? And we mean by vitamin, if I don't take a vitamin, do it hurt? Nah, not really. But if I'm in pain,
Right.
I need something now. And check this
Yes.
out. When you're in pain, do you care how much it costs?
No.
No.
It does not matter because you like, I need the pain to go away.
Right now.
When you got a product or service that overcomes a pain, you can get to the money quickly. So it's all about figuring out, again, like, what do I serve? And then real quick, I say, my last thing, people have skill sets and talents that they sleep on.
Come on.
And a lot of times, your best skill set or talent is the thing you've been sitting in a seat doing for your job for the last 10, 15, 20 years that a lot
I'm
of
gonna
us...
get up out of here and
A
throw this
lot of us
microphone.
like, I'm tired of doing that. I want to go do this other thing that I ain't got no experience in. I ain't got no background in.
Right.
I ain't never, but I got, degrees, I got certifications, I got life experience, anything I've been doing, but we turn our back on that and say, I want to follow my passion. Well, check this out. If you got passion and purpose, the third P, you got to have profit.
Come on.
And if you ain't got profit with passion and purpose, that's when you got 50, 11 different jobs. That's when you got 50, 11 different hustles. You're doing all the things trying to get to the money and trying to create something sustainable, but you have that issue. So start with the gifts you got. Start with the challenges people have and see if you can merge those two.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Lamar Tyler, if they want to go to this workshop, this convention in June, where they need to sign up at?
Hey, I'm going to tell you, everything is on our website, Traffic Sales and Profit, A&D, trafficsalesandprofit.com. You can get access to our free Facebook group, get access to the conference. Miss Kathy Hughes is coming. Y'all know how excited.
And Issa Rae, though.
Issa Rae, Jermaine Dupri.
Jermaine Dupri, like,
right? We check this out. We got a guy coming to teach about webinars that's done over $250 million in sales over the course of his career through web. This dude is like the inventor of the modern day webinar, right? I mean, we got
Wow.
8-figure company. We talking AI a lot.
I'm flying down
shit.
now.
AI
Yeah,
a lot.
'cause
AI,
it's taking over.
yes.
I'm flying. I'm there.
Okay, June 22nd, you said?
Yeah, June 22nd through 24th in Atlanta.
Okay, and where can they follow you at on Instagram?
They can follow me at Lamar Tyler, LamarTyler, and also at Traffic Sales and Profit.
All right, we get into the bag
Yes.
on Money Mondays.
Wow.
It's 97.9 The Box.
Good morning, H-Town.